بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لقد كان لكم في رسول الله أسوة حسنة صدق الله العظيم. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم الدين يسر أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. Today we look around ourselves, we even look at ourselves, and we will notice that our goal of every day, when we wake up in the morning, our purpose, our aim in the head is to succeed that day. When I wake up today, whatever work I am going to do, how am I going to accomplish this task? Whether it be for the younger ones going to school, going to college, how am I going to accomplish my task? Whether it be going work, how am I going to accomplish my task? How am I going to do this properly? How am I going to earn this money? How am I going to pay this bill? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? We're always after trying to attain success, trying to achieve success. And we're struggling day by day, trying to attain the world. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has given us this deen. And He has made this deen very easy for us to follow. Sometimes we don't realize how easy deen really is to follow. So I just want to say today, I'd just like to shine a bit of light upon how easy deen really is. How easy deen really is to follow. Nowadays, we base everything around our needs. We have our need of the day, and we say, okay, I'm going to go work today, and if I get time, then I'll pray namaz. If I come back in time for Asr, or if I come back in time for Maghrib, then I'll pray Maghrib. But otherwise, I'm at work anyway. That's our excuse. Because of this mentality, because our priorities are not set right, that's why we find that deen becomes a bit harder for us. If we set our priorities right, and we put deen first, we say, I'm going to pray my namaz, and then I'm going to do everything else. We set our priorities right, and deen will become really easy for us to follow. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He Himself, He has made deen very easy for us to follow. After making deen easy for us to follow already, He has chosen us, for us, a special deen, that we are going to follow this religion, we are going to follow these commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. After doing this, He has set this for us, and He has given this to us. He also sent down Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam as a practical guide, as a practical manual. You know, in the world, for example, if there is some machine made which is complicated to use, then what does the company do? It makes sure that it has a manual. It has a manual. With every machinery you have nowadays, you buy something electronic, you buy something, and you will always find a manual inside the box that you buy. Even though it might be really simple to use, but you'll always find a manual. Something which is very complicated, what will the company do? They'll send out a rep. They'll send out someone with the machine to show you maybe how to use it. Like, for example, some years ago, when the PC first came out, for household use, what happened? Companies would send out a person to see you and to put the PC together for you, because it wasn't an easy job. No Tom, Dick and Harry could put a computer together. You know, you had to put the wires in the right place. You had to do everything right. Otherwise, that much money you spent, and it's going to go down the drain. So they would send out someone He would set up the computer for you, and he would show you here one or two things, and yeah, this is how you use the computer. Why? Because maybe some people won't know how to use it. So they sent out this person to show you how to use this computer, because it's difficult to use. In the same way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He already made deen easy for us. He already had made it easy for us to follow. But He will make it even more easier for us. What does He do? He sends down firstly the manual as the Quran. In the Quran we can follow the commandments. We can learn the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It tells us what to do, what not to do, how to live our life, what is halal, what is haram. It gives us everything. We can learn from the Quran and we can live our life according to the Quran. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends down a practical person who can show us how to live our life. As Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He practically lived the life according to how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted. All we have to do is look at his character, look at the Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, look at his lifestyle, look at the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and follow it. Very easy for us to do. All we have to do is research upon how did Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam do this. If we are dressing in the morning, we're getting dressed, how did Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam get dressed? If we are looking in the mirror, okay, what did Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam pray? We are going to the toilet, okay, before we go into the toilet, what did Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam pray? When we are coming into the mosque, how did Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam come in? When we are praying our salah, how did Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam pray his salah? All of these things, everything Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has laid out for us in his sunnah. He has told us how practically to live our life according to the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And now deen has become very easy for us. But if we don't know how Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam lived his life, then it becomes harder for us again. So what do we have to do? We have to learn the sunnah, and we have to learn regarding the lifestyle of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That how did Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam live his life? If we know how Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam lived his life, then following deen is very easy for us. It's not hard at all. So just to say upon one or two things like this, regarding the character of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, because we need knowledge of the character of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, how Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was, so we can implement this character in our lives as well. Today we think following the lifestyle of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam may be hard. But for us to follow the lifestyles of the people of today, the 50 Cents, the Eminems, the David Beckhams, all of these people, to follow their lifestyle is easy for us. But to follow the lifestyle of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, who we don't doubt, who we believe, if today someone comes in a mosque and says that David Beckham is better than Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we'll be ready to beat him up. We'll be ready to swear at him. Because we believe in our hearts strongly. We strongly believe in our hearts that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's lifestyle was the best. And he was the best person. He was the best. We strongly believe that. So if we believe that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's lifestyle is the best, and we don't believe David Beckham's or whatever it is, his lifestyle as the best, we don't believe their lifestyle as the best, we believe the lifestyle of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam as the best. So if we believe his lifestyle to be the best, why don't we go around following the lifestyle of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Why do we follow the lifestyle of these inferior people? Why do we follow the lifestyle of these people who we don't believe to be the best? So it's something to think about. It's because the things are being drilled into our heads and we don't know. Subconsciously we don't know. We just follow the lifestyle and we don't realize what we are doing. We don't realize. We're just following their lifestyle because everyone else is doing it. Everyone else is doing it, that's why I'm following his lifestyle. We don't really think that their lifestyle is the best. We're just following it because everyone else is doing it. So we have to start thinking now. Start thinking. How did Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam do it? That's the best way to do it. We know that's the best way to do it. If Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he wore his shoe, he put the right one in, left one in afterwards, then that's the best way to do it. So we do it that way. If Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did certain things in certain ways, we do it that way because that's the best way of doing that thing. Best way of doing the act. Now Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he did many things in his life. We know he lived his life. And he also taught us important qualities. He taught us very important qualities. Amongst these qualities, a very, very important quality amongst us, we should be good character. Character is a very, very important quality. Islam teaches us good character. Our religion, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all of them, they order us to have good character. And they teach us to have good character. Rasulullah ﷺ in his plenty of incidents has displayed such good character towards other people. Such good character to people that people, just by looking at Rasulullah ﷺ's character, behavior towards them, they have accepted Islam. Many captures, many people that were captured in the battles that they had, the prisoners of war. What would they do to the prisoners of war? Rasulullah ﷺ sometimes would say, tie them up to the pillar of the masjid. Tie them up to the pillar of the masjid. The hikmah behind this, what was it? So these people tied up to the pillar of the mosque, they could see how the Muslims would live. They could see the character of the Muslims. So many of them accepted Islam just by looking at how the Muslims lived, because they saw that this is the true religion. When Rasulullah ﷺ, another incident coming to head, where Rasulullah ﷺ once, he was walking by and he sees an old lady. He sees this old lady and she's struggling with her load. She's got a load with her. She's got something weighty that she is carrying. She's struggling with it. Now Rasulullah ﷺ, he notices this. And what does he say? He goes up to the lady and he helps the lady. He says, shall I carry it for you? And she says, yeah, why not? So now Rasulullah ﷺ picks the load up and he's carrying this load for this lady. Now this lady, this old woman, she's not Muslim yet. And it was the beginning days of Islam. So the old lady, she notices that this young man is a very kind man. He's got good character. So she starts giving him advice. The old child, oh young man, you're a very good person. You've got good character. You come up to me, you don't even know me, and you're carrying my load because you see me struggling. So many people have seen me, and no one helped me, but you've helped me. So you're very good character, you've got good character, you're a good person. But I'll give you some advice. Let me give you some advice. Nowadays, the people outside are very bad. Make sure you don't go near these bad people. In particular, there's one, his name is Muhammad. Don't go near him. Because the people, the kuffar, they have been spreading bad things about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, rumors about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that he's a magician, he's a poet, he's this and that. They have been spreading these rumors about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this woman, this old woman, had also heard these rumors and these stories about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So now obviously she's going to think that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is bad. So she says to this young man that, stay away from him. I know you're a very good person. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. So make sure you stay away from him.